There we go. Yeah, that was very strange. I switched scenes and then OBS was just like, nope. And it just shut straight down. Oh. Because OBS crashed, it now thinks it's a whole new stream, so now the ads are gonna start again. Get in the car, Alan. Alan! 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 You never want to speak of the devil, but you think your internet is poor enough that you don't know these ads? Hey, I am glad that you don't have to fight with the ads. I hate how often Twitch puts out ads and the fact that I can't control them. I will say the last time I looked at my analytics, I think I got a whole whopping $10 from ads, which is like, you know, that's not bad. $10 is a decent bit of money for just doing this in my spare time. But like, for the amount of ads and everything that they play, I would turn it off. It's not worth the $10. $10 is not worth all the time that people end up missing. Mm-mm. I don't even know if anyone technically is getting this ad break right now. I don't know how it works. Oh, Tokyo Drift!
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
I didn't know you could drift in this. Ads do be getting bad. They do be do. Do be do. While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined on the 20th century. The seams were rich but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. How long before we get ads in our dreams? Just leave it to Musk, he who wants to put a microchip, computer chip in everyone's head. I mean, think about it. He'd probably monetize that immediately. Either you get ads, or you pay a subscription and not have ads play in your head automatically. You know how ridiculous that would be?
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Oh.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Okay. You were listening to a podcast a while back that people were forced to wear stuff that made them speak an ad every so often because everyone was in debt. The podcast was about a space-time hopping diner. I love the concept of the space-time hopping diner, but hate the concept of wearing something that forces me to speak an ad. This is the plot of the Josie and the Pussycats movie. Reminds you of a little bit of the movie Idiocracy. Oh god, Idiocracy. We watched that recently, and it was really, really sad to see how very similar things were to right now. Where we currently are in space and time. There we go. Look, I get that money is kind of like a necessary evil in the world in order for us to function as society. Like, as the society that we are. Like, I get that. But I hate that we are so reliant on money to the point where people have to do stuff like sell their name, sell their child, like things like that. There's so many incredibly immoral things that we are essentially forced to do for money. I mean, we already sell so much of our life and so much of our day-to-day to make money so that way we can live. And right now, we're at a point where it's not even a lot of money. It is below the bare minimum that allows us to live, and that's why so many people are in debt. Hi, Engel. Oh, you were quoting the film? There was a caller, they helped a lady that was against ads take it off and give an ad-free speech. That's not at all where I dropped the flare, but okay. We'll take it. How's it going, Engel? My dude, my guy, my pal, my friend. My mom was telling me about a book that she was reading, where people had these like contact lenses that they could put in their eye or eyes that let them like essentially use their smartphone. It was like a smartphone and a contact lens that gave you also augmented and virtual reality and stuff.
I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
And one of the things that they did was people would pay to put ads into your vision. So like you'd be walking down the street and see an ad or something would pop up and you'd have to, you know, acknowledge the ad before you could continue doing something. Like super stupid, crazy, dystopian styled stuff. Too many mods makes Mech Warrior unhappy, so now suit work. Suit! How are you doing with learning suit stuff? Suit. Historically speaking, you think things are as good as they have ever been, considering how things were 50 years ago, 100 years ago? Historically speaking, yes. There are some things that are definitely worse and some things that definitely are not worse. Like, the housing market is not at all as bad as it was, you know, back in the 50s and the 60s. Like, it was, interest rates and stuff like that were stupid then. The difference is that they definitely made more money back then, which allowed them to circumvent the fact that interest rates were so high. But there are also other things that are significantly better, like crime technically has gone down significantly and continuously over the past multiple decades. We just hear about it a lot more because that's what, like sex, that's what sells in media. I press shift. Oh goodness. Ah. Ah! Goodness gracious. Everything's flying at me. Another character slapped an ad blocker on his head. Oh yes, I remember that part of Altered Carbon. At least the TV show. That was a good show. I enjoyed it for the first season. Second season was okay. Not super great, but you know, they can't all be winners. Is there a thing of ammo somewhere that I'm missing? Maybe I'll get more. Another character, or you took a break over the weekend to work on the planning side more, watched another tutorial today, and then back to planning. Ooh. I keep telling myself that I'm gonna wake up and do a tutorial in the morning, and then I just don't. So I am very much looking forward to the 13th when I get to see a psychiatrist and talk about changing some of my medication. Because I don't think my ADHD medicine is working at all. Currently stuck on some class selection stuff. Ooh, do tell. What kind of class selection stuff? Bayla's had a long day and you have an unnumbered number of days left to go, like a daunting amount? That was ominously non-specifically specific. But go get some sleep, for sure. Don't let us keep you up, though we love your company and we will miss you dearly. By all means, go get some sleep, take good care of yourself, and we will... Oh, more people. We will talk to you later. Trust no one in the dark. Oh. Ladder. Season 1 of Altered Carbon was incredible. Yes, 100%. That is a show that I would recommend anyone to watch. Very good. Good intrigue thriller. Season 2 did not Did not live up to the hype. Season 2 was only okay. The main thing you're stuck on is faction-specific classes. Specifically, should they be alterations of the more universal classes or whole unique thing? Trying to remember exactly how you wanted Soot to play. But I feel like because you are having very different faction-type things, that having unique classes for those factions would make sense instead of giving each faction the same thing. Or even if it's like technically the same thing or similar, giving them some of their own unique benefits. So that way it's not just
There was no way the
palette
flashbang
swap.
grenades were standard power company equipment.
I don't know about you, but every time I visit my local power company, they are loaded up with flashbang. It's all they have. It's how they power the generators. Just chuck it in a tube and it absorbs the light. Did you say you were seeing them on the 13th, another whole week? Yes, I am seeing them on the 13th, but that's better. Even though it's another whole week, it's better than what most options would have been, which is typically months. Having to sit on a wait list for months until they're available. I got really fortunate in the psych that I called, because it's just a medication change sort of thing. Like, I'm just going in to be like, hey, yeah, I don't think this medication is working. I want to try something different and see if they'll let me switch to something else. Because right now I'm taking Strattera, and I just don't think it's doing... I don't think. It is not doing what I have been advertised that it should be doing. Which is helping me focus and not be demotivated. Also, the medication I'm on is like $130 every 3 months. Stupid expensive. Insurance does not cover much on it. And there are other types of medications that I can try that are significantly less expensive for a 3-month supply. And may help. It's like 70% of the classes are generic. Anyone can use them. Then each faction gets a handful of faction-specific classes. Okay, I like that idea. Can you give me like a class example? Like one of the generic everyone gets and one of the faction-specific that not everyone gets? But yeah, I will probably ask the psych to see if I can try, like, what is it, Adderall or Ritalin, or I don't know what other ADHD medicines there are out there. I know there's one called Vyvanse, but I think that one's similar to Strattera, so I don't know if that one will work for me. It's also super expensive because it's only private. There is no generic like there is for Adderall. So it makes being able to afford behaving like a normal human being really tough. The idea would be like everyone can get a knight. Magic faction gets a knight with small magic. Strong faction gets a knight with power attack. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Skip the middleman and do meth? I am good without doing hardcore methamphetamines. I just need the little bit of pick me up, not the hardcore ruin my life type drug. Please and thank you.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him
pump
talk.
action. Yeah, I want a pump action shotgun. Significantly better and cooler. But I appreciate it, Test. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way that you would be able to help with this in particular. I mean, you know. Unless you are somehow able to prescribe me legally a new ADHD medicine to try. I don't know what I don't know if you can help, you know. I want to be able to like focus on things that I want to do, because I have so many ideas and I just immediately lose the motivation once I take a look at the thing that I'm trying to do, and it's the worst thing. But how are you doing, Tess? You could prescribe meds, you wouldn't be doing what you do now. That's very fair. You'd be living a lot more stressful of a life. Why you keep going back to the planning stage instead of learning Unreal Engine. At least you were being somewhat productive by being on a planning stage, though. Like, I have thoughts.
The dark presence was
I
moving
have no
ahead of me
practical
in the same
application
direction
in
I
what
was
I
going.
am wanting
A
to do.
cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
So essentially, what I'm talking about is Ooh. All 6 shots hit. Nice. I am going to try my hand at making a couple of video games. And I have an idea of what I want to do for 3 different video games. And all of them are games that I am really interested in and really want to play and create and see if I can do it. But the problem is, I don't know how to code. So I'm going to use Unreal Engine, which offers a visual scripting process, which means you drag and drop like nodes. And dragging and dropping the nodes, you're just like putting little code blocks, and then you don't actually have to write any script. So you got to learn how the code works a little bit, but it's otherwise relatively forgiving, and you can make an entire game that way. So that's what I'm gonna try. Do I need a programmer? You would do stuff for me free if you really wanted. Do you know how to program in C++? Because I would gladly work with you. I can do the models, but I'm not looking for free work just for free work. I would want someone to want to do it because they enjoy it. Hey, you're currently learning C++. How about that? I mean, you know, I know Hero recently graduated from college with a degree in programming, and he's learned Unreal Engine and Unity and a whole bunch of others and stuff like that. So I've got a couple of people that I'm like, yes, if they are interested. I have ideas for games. But the thing is, I can't pay anyone. So, like, if you're not interested, then I'm not going to ask you to work on something you don't want to work on. C++ is kind of dated. I mean, so is HTML, but, you know, it's still used. The fact that it's dated is probably a good thing because it means it's more well established. There's a lot more documentation and understanding of it.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Where'd you go? Oh god, if it were SQL, I would never look at making a game. Straight up. I hate SQL. C++ has its quirks that make it super confusing and not as sophisticated as Java. Which one is Minecraft made in? Is that Java or JavaScript? Minecraft is made in Java? No thanks. I've heard so many horror stories about Java. More than I've heard about C++. Honestly, this is the first, like, thing I've heard about someone thinking C++ is dated. You would die sooner than you would work with SQL? Same. Are you doing anything that might help you gain skills to better manage the situation? Is that to me about trying to start the process of making a game? Question? Or is that in reference to something else?
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Yeah, basically everything I've ever heard from people that have worked in Java for games is that, yeah, it works, but like, there's so much overhead with it that just makes it really, really tough. Like, it's a great, you know, coding language, but like can fall really flat in a lot of areas because it's not quite as robust as like C# or C++. In fact, I think that's one of the things that Minecraft is struggling from. Even though it's such a, like, well-known and renowned game, there's so many limitations, apparently, with it that is causing a lot of headache with updating things and making the game run how they want it to. That's just what I've heard, though. I don't know the language myself. I've never worked in it. I couldn't tell you if anything that I'm saying is based in any type of reality. It is just what I have heard. Java is the first programming language that you really connect to. I mean, that's absolutely fine. That's awesome. Programming is such a, like, to me, such a tough thing to wrap one's mind around. Because I tried Java and I think C++ or C# over a decade ago with Code Academy to see if I wanted to go to school for it. And I could not wrap my head around Java or C++. Maybe I would do better now that I am older and have a little bit better understanding of how computers and programming and stuff like that works, but I don't know if I really have the time to want to sit down and learn a programming language. Kind of why I was looking to do it with Blueprints. It was directed to me regarding my mental health situation to help with focus. Medication can only do so much, only asking if you're attacking it from the other side as well. Yes, to put it very simply, I am attacking it from the other side and doing things that are encouraging me and helping me to focus. But the problem is that those things can only do so much when I get smacked in the face with ADHD, like I just did with this tractor. I have tried note-taking, I have tried setting timers, I have tried, like, I have tried a lot of different methods to try and help me focus better on the tasks that I've been struggling with, because it's not just video games, but it's like work as well. Like, it's hard for me to try to learn more things in Blender. It's hard for me to try to get projects that I am already working on in Blender done. It's hard for me to focus on stuff at work that I need because, you know, work pays the bills. And it's just something that I've been struggling with since I got out of college. Oh, those were keys. And honestly, probably while I was in college, I've had more trouble remembering things. I've had more trouble holding conversations. I tend to pause in conversations a lot, and then people will interrupt me because they think I'm done, but I'm really just thinking, because I take really long pauses while I'm thinking. And it's been a whole slew of, like, difficulty.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet. And a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip
I forgot about
wearing
Python.
the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
See, Python would actually be more helpful in my day-to-day job, too. I think Python and... I want to say Python and C++ would be more helpful in my day-to-day job than any other programming or scripting language. I don't think I would even bother with learning JavaScript, because the problem is, like, I don't necessarily need a start or something. Programming, I would say, is more akin to learning a new, like, vocal language. And I feel like saying start with JavaScript or Python is like saying, oh, well, to learn French, start with Spanish. Which, like, makes a little bit of sense because a lot of the Romance languages are based on each other. But at the same time,
he was telling me to hurry up.
It's like, I'm not going to spend years learning Spanish just so I can try to have an easier time with French. I might as well just try to learn French. Now, like, if you had told high school me, spend like a year or two learning this so that way it makes learning these other ones easier, that's a little bit different. But I do not have the same time that I used to once have to be able to learn stuff. But yes, no, I didn't feel like you were judging me or criticizing or anything like that, Stasnak. I appreciate your genuine concern and ideas to try and help. I have tried setting time aside for things, for projects and stuff, but it's just, it's not even like, it's a mix of motivation and drive. Like, I can set as much time as I want aside, but the second I start to try and sit down and work on it, my brain's like, no. I would rather be doing like watching paint dry than trying to learn this thing. And it's so tough to try and get my mind to cooperate with me. You can feel a mental pothole come. I've never heard something described in that way, and now I'm really curious what a mental pothole. But yeah, lurk away. Shadow's back from dinner and you're watching an anime together. All right, tell Shadow I said hi. But yeah, it's like, I can try and set as much time aside as I want, but I will sit there and try to work on it and work on it and work on it, and I'll make absolutely no progress, and then the time will be gone, and I'm still in square one. So, I feel like there is definitely something mentally or chemically wrong that is just like... Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. That is like creating these roadblocks that I have to put a lot of mental and emotional effort into to get at. And so then by the time I actually feel like I'm ready to work on something, I'm exhausted. It's great. Welcome back, Brock. Just a term you're using for the ups and downs, not so much a down as a bump. I gotcha, I gotcha. But like I said, take care of yourself. You do exactly what you need to do, my dear. My dude, my guy, my friend, my pal.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
You found getting things accomplished is like the one thing that feels good to you, like fixing a dryer. Small win usually helps motivate you personally. See, and I feel like I'm the same way, and that like completing something is really rewarding, and I love it. It gives me that hit of dopamine and everything that my brain needs to want to try and stay motivated. But then my brain is also just like, no, don't do it. You also spent 17 months cleaning out a house, so you kind of get the lack of focus. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Especially when you're stuck doing something for so long. Thank you. Like, stuff can just get to a point where it's demoralizing. I'm sorry, was I not supposed to come down here? I thought the other way was leading to the right path. You did a dowsing rod session at the place you went last weekend. You found some very fun and interesting information about the party you went with. Two of us has something / one or more than that words. Oh. You have things following you. All right, hunting rifle was a good idea. One shot per thing. You gotta dip out of lurking to hear about this dowsing rod stuff. You've been thinking of doing that in your house. Didn't get a lot of information, but one member was confirmed to have one spirit attached, and you were confirmed to have more than one following you around. Ooh, what does that mean? What does that do for you? Less thinking, more doing. If only it were so easy. What is it follows ghosts test? You set rules around your apartment because you've had gear go off in your place. You've told them that if they behave and act according to your house rules, they could accompany you on your travels. Oh. Interesting. Brock, I really gotta get you out here into Illinois. apparently
I'd have to
there
make
is
my way
so
up this mine shaft in order to go on.
so
Maybe the
much in the
machinery could
way
help me
of
with that.
haunted stuff out here, and I think you would have a heyday. Oh.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
You know, I wish I understood meditation. I don't think I do. Oh, all right, Tess. Did you name the ghost, or did you figure out who the ghost is in your house? Don't mess with my glasses, and that's pretty much it. These things are expensive. Don't mess with them. That's the name you gave him? Ah. Waddles, what are your theories? You've had them hip check your bed in the middle of the night. You've seen figures walk across your bathroom door. You've heard growls by your window. Just the other day, you had them vocally answer a question you asked just after you woke up. What did you ask and what did they say? You named him. No spirit worth a salt is going to let you find his true name. Names have power. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's like a wizard. You know a wizard's name, you have complete power over him. You woke up without your alarm and looked straight up at the ceiling saying, "Isn't my alarm supposed to be going off soon?" And you had a whisper in your right ear go, "Yes." You looked at your phone immediately after and it was 2 minutes before your alarm went off. It's impressive. If you can ask, what was the question? You think you have a couple followers, as well as you don't know how many. Ooh. Benevolent or malevolent? Wait, I think that's the lookout, so I need to go down. Alright, well there's no coming back from this, so maybe I do need to go up. Benevolent. Okay, benevolent's good. Benevolent's good. The goal of meditation, as you understand it, is to separate your thoughts from your physical experience. See the dark of the back of your eyelids, hear your breathing, your own heart rate, feel the passing air through your airway. When thought enters your head, acknowledge that you thought it and then set it aside and go back to the physical experience. Interesting. So it's focusing on the physical feeling, the physical feelings that you are presently feeling, to try and be like as present as possibly can be. It's a big mountain. Your boy is still going strong with slamming the bathroom door closed when you're taking a shower. You're pretty sure they are elderly because they are more active when you were in the buff. What? Why does that mean that they're elderly? Also, you love being in the buff. Got a flicker several months ago that seemed like a person moving while playing a game and you just invited them to watch. Oh, they just like watching you play games? That's awesome. I want a ghost to just watch me play games. Because they slam doors on you. Stop being naked. Test, have you thought about
cable car?
inviting them to be naked with you? Maybe they're just jealous. Have some decency, young man. Well, that flare was useless. Great. You think it's family? You're not pulling a Dan Aykroyd or whatever his name is? Who's Dan Aykroyd and what did he do? I mean, I've heard the name Dan Aykroyd, I just don't know what he did. Did those guys just... Oh no, they're just... Go. You want to run a dowsing rods and spirit box session in your place to see if you can get some answers. You think you know what one is, but you can't say for sure. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, when Brock comes and visits us, he can come and visit you. Hello.
Shit.
He caused a pileup of police cars you wouldn't believe. I feel like there's a joke there that I'm not understanding. Blues Brothers. It's been a while, a long, long while since I have watched Blues Brothers. My goodness. He was a Ghostbuster who demanded that weird scene where he boned a ghost was put into a movie. Oh, I didn't realize he was also in Ghostbuster. And that he asked to bone a ghost. Interesting. I mean, you know, don't yuck someone else's yum, right? Then again, he did literally force it onto all of us, so maybe yuck is yum. That's not the gun that I wanted. His yum got yucked all right. Yuck, 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 yuck. Brock, is there something that you want to confess to us? Brock, I feel like there's something that you need to confess to us. Is that a thing in the afterlife? Oh, goodness. Pleading the fifth. Here's the thing about the Blues Brothers. All those stunts were practical. New Oldsmobiles are in early this year? Question mark? There were stunts in the Blues Brothers? Like I said, it has been a very long time since I've seen that movie. You don't know which actor was in the scene, but you're pretty sure Aykroyd was adamant it was put in the movie. I feel like it was something to do with Sigourney Weaver, wasn't it? Pretty sure your aunt who died at birth follows you around, though she does not feel like a child, she feels old. Oh, so she did not die giving birth. She was the child that died in the birthing process. Execution style, huh? She was the child that died. Oh, sucks. But interesting. He feels old. Wonder what that means. Is that like a maybe a reincarnation sort of thing? An old soul that is still there? That did not properly pass into the body of the new soul? I think one of the ones following you is either a protector spirit assigned by your great-grandma or your great-grandma herself, but you can't tell for sure. What makes you think that? I'm curious. I have, like, next to no knowledge about any of this stuff, so I am very intrigued as to what everyone has to say. I love hearing about this sort of stuff. It is a guilty pleasure of mine. That line is from the scene where they drive through the shopping mall. There's an epic amount of police cruisers wrecked in the film, and they drive through the front of a Cook County office building. Ah. I need to watch that movie again, I guess. Has it aged well? I know nothing of any of this. I just know there's a ghost in your house named Desmond who likes to slam the door when you're in the bathroom and doesn't like it when you walk around in the buff. Whether we realize it or remember it or not, you do think we reincarnate, and you think your aunt would have been a very old soul. Why do you think a very old soul? Desmond is a prude. Like I said, Test, you never know until you offer them to be naked with you. Tom? Tom. Cynthia Weaver and Thomas Zane, I think. Did you write this? Tom. I curse you, Thomas Zane. Tom. I miss you, Tom. You talk on TV. I think someone had a mental breakdown. Gary? Who's Gary? Mean that pistola ammo? Hunting rifle ammo? Flares? No, can't do flares. Okay. Really hard to put exactly why you think that, but the primary focus is because the feeling you get when they're around is like having a loving dog that wants nothing but to protect its family. Ah. Thomas Zane. That's who they're referencing. You know, your great-grandma practiced a lot of native traditions. She was full of Cherokee and practiced majority of their almost shamanistic views. Interesting. I've never played Fallout. All of the Toms reminded you of Vault 108. The Vault of Gary's? In bed? What is... Test wants a Vault of Gary's in bed. Oink. another one of those. What? Nailed it. Okay. There we go. I think we're good. Is that from Fallout 3? I feel like Fallout 3 is one of those games that I should try playing through sometime. I feel like I've heard a lot about Fallout 3, and it's got a lot of good references. That plus, your brother has had many instances of going outside for work in the morning and hearing some of his friends' voice calling his name from the cornfield behind your old house. Don't do it. Don't go. Sometimes just know things without any way of actually knowing. Best example you can pick is that before anyone could tell me, before anyone could even hint at it, you knew your grandma had passed. You haven't known anything since then. You just have a really strong instincts and get a gut feeling on things. Interesting. You think that wasn't so friendly, but it's an interesting experience. Yeah, definitely interesting. It sounds very Skinwalker, but very interesting.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the
New
cabin
Vegas.
had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
I don't own New Vegas, but I guess I could always try doing New Vegas sometime.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
I have so many games on the roster and not enough time. For a couple of days, you heard a cat meowing from inside your garage. You went through it twice and didn't find it and left the door open for it to leave, and you didn't see it. You were concerned you had a telltale heart situation going on. One way or another, it stopped.
Wait! That you?
Whoa.
Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! Sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said...
Don't drop the flare, take it with you. Didn't New Vegas come out after 3? Ooh, I think that's the end of chapter 3.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Oh, but it was made by Obsidian. Gotcha.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story.
Yeah,
I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
I also really want to play Child of Light, but I don't know if I should do that before or after Disco Elysium, because I know Disco Elysium's a long game.
Ford attacked me.
I have heard that saying the name summons them, and I've heard that whistling does too, but
Alice.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm.
You're
I want you
fine
to have
waiting
another
for
episode. You're a
Child of
patient
Light
in
until
my
after
clinic.
Disco Elysium?
Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
How long have I been going? I forgot that I had to restart the stream because it crashed, and I don't know how long I've been going. I think I've got like a half hour left.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
6:44.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk.
It was
and some
5:44
fresh
your
air?
time.
Yes, it will do you good.
So 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9:45. Okay, so I still have like 50 minutes.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
I don't know much about
This
Native
way, Alan.
American traditions. Okay, so my math is right. 50 minutes. Thank you, Stasnak. Much appreciated. And you as well, Test, for giving me some good, solid time frame.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you,
Nubs
I
of
know I
death?
need to get right into the heart of the matter.
Yeah,
as
buy
quickly
yourself
as
a
I
foot
can after
massager.
an episode. So I'm just going to say this.
Been on your feet all day, I can only
Alice
imagine.
is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams.
I'm gonna give it a minute. I didn't realize an ad break was going on, but I see it is now. Test, I appreciate that you will be here no matter what. Because having done this for, 10 years, I have seen a lot of people come and go. So it's very comforting and very, very, what's the opposite of disheartening? Enheartening? Heartening? That you will be here no matter what. In beginning, big business is here to do big business. Happyfication. I like happyfication. I also like Fakasha. Happy Fakasha. There are tons of different First Nations, a lot of different options. What do you mean, Stasnak? But yes, I have been thinking about like what exactly I am wanting, like what direction Appalachian Mountain. I like that. What exactly I want to do with my stream time and stuff like that, you know, with moving into the house and having my own space and a lot more space to do stuff, the ability to do like mini painting, my desire to want to try and make some video games, like all that on top of my normal day-to-day, you know, work and Lauren and Plum and just generally living life. All that is all vying for attention, and it's
Your mind has constructed an elaborate
tough
fantasy scenario
to try and know
are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and
how I wanna
supernatural
set
forces
things
of
aside,
darkness
you
are
know?
trying to stop you.
So I've been thinking maybe I'll do
We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready
weekly.
for another shot, so I
Or,
went
like-
along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
multi
It's
week,
all in your head.
multiple
You've been
times a
making
week
it up.
dev streams.
Apart from the tragic
but I don't know if that
accident
would
with your
be
wife,
interesting.
No one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful
Native
truth.
American / First
Unless
Nations.
we
Gotcha.
fight
I didn't know
the
that
fantasy,
they
it
went
will
by First
return.
Nation.
I
Makes
know
sense, though.
the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Cromulent. Embiggening is a perfectly cromulent word. I like that. You worry you would be a chat distraction for any stream where you're trying to like do something. Well, it would be less like trying to do something and more be like kind of a devlog where like I show you what I've worked on throughout the week, or maybe I'm actively working on one thing and only trying to complete one thing and get to show you guys kind of what it is that I'm working
Never
on.
get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
I don't know,
Coleman
but I
Lake
don't know if
spread
anyone would
below us.
even
I could
be
see
interested in
Mirror
doing
Peak on
that.
the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that,
You love the term First Nation. The only thing you know is that the Western world stepped into the 15th and 16th
Let's go
centuries, and that was
inside.
already decimated from first contact Z. But who
Here's
knows
the
how many
entrance
people
to
had
the
come and gone
office
before
wing.
Western contact.
For
That's very
staff
true.
only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors.
The TV just turned
man
on by
versus
itself?
Nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Tess, you need to set up cameras in your
Scary,
Apartment.
scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay, sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on Video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course.
Johnny's well on his way there, Stasnak.
Small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Johnny Silverhands?
Come, Alan.
Maybe.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Hey, it's the old gods of Asgard.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
Oh boy.
And these
boy,
two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return
I want
to your
some
room
gummy
and
bear.
try
Are
to
they
write.
Harborough?
It really is for the best. Don't you think?
What brand are they?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes
I'm hesitant for Harborough.
Crazy.
Or Haribo.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're alright, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's gotta go to the farm.
The Anderson farm.
Are you thinking of Cahokia, Stasnak?
We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
I don't want to know where you put it.
My head was clearing up, or according to
They would
Hartman,
play the
I was
precursor
sinking
to
back into
lacrosse to
events.
settle conflicts instead of
I was
fighting in war.
convinced he
That
was
sounds
lying to
awesome.
me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
Bad dream, and you can't wake up. You can't hurt a nightmare.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
I had a feeling you were talking about Cahokia.
Target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it
Yeah,
all
it. I don't know if it's in Missouri or if it's in Illinois.
Give the Hartman and the nurses would have keys,
Typewriters in
but
your
there was
room.
no way to get
You
my
can get to
hands
your
on
room
them.
by those stairs, Wake.
But I know it's a place that Lauren really wants to visit.
I'm not myself.
I wonder what this QR
It's
code
hard
is.
to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur.
AlanWake.com.
Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake.
It says constipation. That looks
Closer to saving
painful.
Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story.
PAYNEFUL.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk. Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Now you want to visit? It sounds interesting. Plus you love old history. Well, Lauren and I, we were going to go sometime in October, but we never ended up making it. We'll have to find a day soon to try to go out there.
My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer? I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir.
Night Springs, an Xbox 360 with Night Springs as a video game. I love it.
Are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
You would say you would try to join us, but you have been meaning to go to a local monument open 6 months out of the year, the last 6 years, and haven't managed to do it. You should go this year. When's it open? Or maybe next year if it's already closed.
Hammer's way will have its say.
Yeah. Lauren and I likewise.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
He just referred to me as Tom.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Memorial Day to Labor Day.
The markings on the tape said they
I don't
were
remember when
recordings
those days
Hartman
are.
had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't believe it.
All the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep.
Yeah, that's not open very long.
Well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Okay, well, we got the manuscript page.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna stew your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Hey.
About time. Barry.
Have you been here the whole
Glad to see
time?
you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Oh, that wasn't where. Okay.
These were all the pages I had on me.
Yeah, Lauren and I had meant to go hiking up Mount Rainier when we were living in Washington and just never got around to it. So hopefully we actually make some time for
Alan, please. You're sliding back.
Tell me
Cahokia.
one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea.
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
This guy reminds me of William B. Davy. And if you don't know who William B. Davies is, he is the guy who plays the smoking man in X-Files. I've been watching a lot of X-Files lately.
The dark presence will be on me in a moment. I had to find a way
Wait,
out.
is that really William B. Davies that plays Dr. Hartman? Oh, yeah, it does look like him. Hold on. Now I gotta Alan Wake, Dr. Hartman, actor. Mark Blum. Mark Blum. Mark Blum. Voice actor? Question. What has he done? He was in Crocodile Dundee. And Crocodile Dundee 2. He has been in a ton of movies I have never even heard of. It's not William B. Davies. Oh. Okay, not going that way.
Light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Thank you, Blup. I will drink right now. Ow. Rude. Okay. Now the manuscript. He's had a full career, most of which you have not seen either. Unrelated, you still mourn for Phil Hartman, the finest of all the Phils and the Hartmans. Who was Phil Hartman? What did he do? But yeah, the dude who played... Sorry, where am I supposed to be going? Oh, okay, that door's gonna open. I just have to... I assume duck into here. I don't remember this. Okay, please don't get caught on the stairs. Or the stairs, the chairs. Really? Oh! I was supposed to get it to bust open the door. That's good to know. Ooh, dodge that way.
I'm here.
Ooh, Bill McNeil of New Radio. He was nicknamed the Glue from his time on SNL. You did it. You solved your learning for the night. What did you solve? What was your learning? You meant to do it like 10 hours ago, but now you can swap between characters? Oh! Troy McClure, Lionel Hutz. Huzzah for learning! You're saying a bunch of names that I don't think I have ever heard of. Man, I wish he didn't get so winded all the time. I just want to sprint. I just want to get everywhere as quick as I can.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Oh, give me the
this,
flashlight.
Al.
Thank you. Ping pong.
Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
The house is possessed.
Oh jeez, Al! The house looks bad. Let's get out of here.
I don't know why I can't just climb over the gate. Because he's a rider. He's got the upper arm strength of a baby. Actually, babies have better upper arm strength than him. He's got the upper arm strength of a wet spaghetti noodle. Now you just have to figure out how much of it is handled by the template that you Unreal Engine provides. What template are you using? Don't trust Emil. Oh, is that Dr. Hartman's first name? I think it is. I think it's Dr. Emil Hartman. This one was in the third person template thing. Ah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, when I start my project, I think I'm gonna start in an absolutely blank template. Even though 2 of 3 of my games are going to use the RTS style type stuff. And then the third game will be third person. Troy McClure was the movie star with quotes like, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such public service videos as Designated Drivers, The Life-Saving Nerds, and Phony Tornado Alarms Reduce Readiness. I'm here today to give you the skinny on shoplifting, thereby completing my plea bargain with the good people at Foot Locker of Beverly Hills." Nope, doesn't ring a bell. But I like that shtick. It's a very funny sounding shtick. I can't think of a word for what I'm thinking. But you guys get it. You understand. Oh, was that a SNL thing? Yeah, I never watched SNL either.
Then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3 bells in the evening. Oh, man. Light seems to be yours. That way we don't have any trouble, and I don't have to punish anybody. Stop struggling.
Just like I was never really big on The Simpsons. I never watched The Simpsons. go. I know a lot of people from SNL, like, I mean, pretty much every single comedian ever, but, you know. He was a man of 1,000 voices. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Just being able to do so many different voices is very impressive. And even if I don't know him, mad respect. Hopefully he was also a good person. And not a scumbag in Hollywood. I wonder what poor Barry is thinking, just hearing gunshots throughout the entire hedge maze. That's it. There's gonna be a hedge mage somewhere in one of my games. It is I, the hedge mage. I control foliage. Ba-ba-da-ba. Emil made Tom do it. Heck yeah, give me all them bullets. I'ma shoot some people, give me all them bullets. Bust a cap in their heads, give me all them bullets. More flare gun ammo. I can make them grow. I can make them grow in very confusing yet geometric and aesthetically pleasing shapes. I'm no topiarist, but I can make a mean rosacea. Wait, is that a skin condition? Or is that a bush? Or a plant? Rosalia? I think I'm thinking Rosalia. I think rosacea is a skin condition. But only foliage that is pruned to form a hedge. I'm like the box ghost from Danny Phantom, entirely useless except when you need boxes. As far as you know, his only fault was loving his wife too much. I assume Salad would be proud to acknowledge his Canadian birth. Salad's proud to acknowledge any Canadian that is of good cloth.
Maybe.
Barry.
In a way, he'll have them at least until his next two bowel
And
movements.
the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Barry!
I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Hurry up,
So, Tess,
Barry.
what I'm hearing you say is that you want another 10-pound bag of gummy bears?
It's gotta be here. Just hang on, Al. Oh, hey, I found a quarter. I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig. Here it is! Al, I found the key!
There we go. Your niece Alice wouldn't complain you gave her 1 of the 3 pounds of Sour Patch Kids.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest. You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon.
Well,
son.
as long as you be sure to let your niece know that
something like that. You know what?
we
You
love her
owe
and
me
are happy
big
to give her
time for
more.
this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I love Barry. He saved it. Barry saved it from the lodge. Because he's weird.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
Maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this.
Why
It
did
helps.
In Bed
This is
capitalize
happening,
it?
Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can.
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the
Bedbot
works
is
of art
getting
created here.
strong.
It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before. It happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. You just need to find it.
Look out!
Hippie boy.
God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Up. What's up, baby boy? Going up on my lap? Okay. Oh, there you go. I mean, it was a small boulder, or it was a large boulder the size of a small boulder. Plum is now laying in my lap, resting his chin on my desk. Oh, now he's sitting up. Oh, who is such a good boy? Oh, hey. Who is such a good baby boy? Who's been a needy pupper? Oh. Here. Let me test. Go. Okay. You guys should see this regal boy in bed. He lays in the king bed like he is one. Easily the size of a large small bolt. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Alright, hold on. I can fix it. I will not crush your ball. You are doing to mine. There we go. There we go. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? He has grown up so fast, Tess. He's 63 pounds. We got him, he was 30 pounds. Or like 20 something pounds, like 25 pounds. He was so light then. He is double. But he's such a good boy. I can't wait for him to have his own house and we can get him like good dog beds and I can set up a good plum camp for him. He's gonna be so spoiled. I don't know how big he was when you saw him test, but he is definitely a big boy. Oh, he is spoiled. Not that big, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, when you come visit him again. I mean, when he stands up, like on it from like if he stands up on his hind legs, he's probably a good 5 feet tall. There's a young lady that lives in the apartment neighborhood area that we are, and we see her out when we take him for walks. Sometimes she's going for walks herself, but Plum loves to say hi to her. He sees her and he, barks and is excited and happy and wants to run up and say hi. But she's like 5 foot, 5'2", something like that. Like, she's not super tall, and he will jump up and be like as tall as her. He's like, he is as tall as me, and it's both terrifying and impressive. He is terrifying. What a good baby boy. We can't wait to see you again. Yeah. My heart is so full with this little. He's just such a sweetie. Oh. He just keeps resting his head on the desk, and then he'll stick it up and lick me and then rest it again. He's just, I don't get how a dog this big can be so comfortable sitting in my lap. I feel like I have to attribute it to when we first got him. I would lock him in the office with me when I'd be streaming and Lauren was gone or busy or something. And he would whine for attention, so I'd pick him up and put him in my lap. And then I would stream with him in my lap. And I think he just remembers that. Such a boy. Such a good. Oh. Down. There you go, that's my big boy. That's my big boy. Oh, such a good boy. Now I'm just rubbing his ears. He's loving little tails wagging. His little pom-pom, his morning star. What we call it. Looks like a plate. Popping my pants leg. Ooh, such a good. Ooh, a good boy. You are, yeah, like so bad. Oh, such a good boy. This snuggle session has made you realize that you're exhausted. Body decided to be done for the day. Have a good night, Tess. We'll be done shortly anyway. But you take good care of yourself, buddy. Put your feet up, rest, make sure you are in one piece, and we will see you, I guess, Friday. Wait. No, maybe not Friday. Ah, I forgot. I might be going to visit my parents for an early Thanksgiving this week. So probably no Friday stream. This might be a one stream one stream week. Yeah. We'll see each other when we see each other.
Nowhere to be seen.
I'm sorry,
Barry!
Engel. I'm sorry.
Barry! Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way! Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Oh, thank God. I was worried.
Are you okay? I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al, there's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Woo! Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You're gonna have
Yeah, I forgot that we were going to be traveling to visit my family this weekend for Thanksgiving. That is if we're all healthy, because all of us have been exposed to COVID recently.
I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area.
And we all feel kind of crappy, so we'll see.
Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch
Yes?
up with Barry.
What's that? Am I done? No. Not yet. I'm trying to get to the next checkpoint. Oh, okay. He probably just needs to go potty. Give Lauren my best and say I'm sorry I haven't reached out in a bit. Tess says he's sorry he hasn't reached out in a bit. She said, that's okay. She still loves you. I did not tell them about the one white hair. Lauren apparently has one white hair on his body. Lauren caused one white hair on his body. She has caused many white hairs on my body. Test, we absolutely adore you. I hope you know that. We love you very much, and we are glad that you're doing well. Aside from killing your body physically, but, you know. Trying to find a flashlight or something. Huh. Now he's barking at Lauren. When was the last time he went out? He probably needs to go potty.
Shadows crawled.
They're gonna wait for me.
I needed a light to destroy them to get through.
No, we should probably give him a good walk. Good. It's all coming to an end soon. Couple more weeks of getting your butt kicked. What happens after the end? What do you mean it's all coming to an end soon? Tess, that's very ominous, and I do not appreciate it.
I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Oh, just the hectic stuff ending. Okay. I was like, are you quitting your job? Are you moving? Is there anything you haven't told us? Okay, okay, I'm glad. As long as it's gonna calm down in a couple weeks, and then maybe you'll have some time to, like, play video games or something. It's all ending. The world is dying.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Finishing up cleanup, starting repairs and whatnot, firing people who can't do their jobs. Oh boy. That's a checkpoint. That's a checkpoint. Test about a bad ending of Dredge this. It's all over. I will summon Cthulhu. Okay. Hopefully I can quit to the main menu here, and then we can call it a night. Less go, 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 go now, faster. Not good enough, go, 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 and more. All right, let's tinker on this. Well, that's good. At least you will have a little bit of a break. That is very important. Okay, let's see. Who is Strain? that we can raid. That's not playing Valorant or Fortnite, because apparently that's all anyone plays anymore. Ooh, Erois is in Makers and Crafters. It looks like she is doing Starry Night Lego build. All right, we are totally going to raid her. That sounds awesome. Okay, yes. Go to bed. Go to bed. You have a wonderful night. We're just going to raid out, and then I'm going to go take Plum for a walk. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Stay hydrated and stay tuned. And if you don't see anything in the next few days about when we're doing some of the community night stuff, ping me about it, because I will forget, ADHD and all that. But I'm going to do a Jackbox night and a Mario Kart night, hopefully sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas. That should be good. But anyway, take care, everyone. I love you. See you on the next adventure.